Howdy, it's Matt, and in this episode is the Re-Maiden of the XUAV-Clouds. No, why would we need a Re-Maiden? In short, I made an epic screw up, and I want you to be able to learn from my experience. Is that what I did? Is that I looked at the XUAV-Clouds and thought, well, it's the VTEL, it's exactly the same as the Mini Talon, and what I actually did was copy the settings from the Mini Talon I've got here across to the vector, and then put that vector into the XUAV-Clouds, and that was a very bad idea. And I'd also like to say a massive thank you to the EagleTree team for helping me out. What I ended up doing in the end is that I did a firmware reset on the vector, and just went back from scratch, setting up as I wanted it to do, and ta-da! She flies! Now this is her Re-Maiden, and that little battery at the end, no shit, that's what the XUAV-Clouds flew on. Unbelievable. Good job. We only took it for a very short flight. And with that said, let's jump across to the flight line and just literally go for a quick lap around. And yeah, no poop. That's exactly what that model flew on, and she flew really well on it as well. Obviously, I did have the bigger packs in there. What I normally do is use a smaller battery, or one which I've just used for another model, is that when I've got a model with a flight controller in there, is I'll connect it up with the smaller battery first, and then just check for everything's working okay, pick up the latest satellites and pick up the latest GPS location, and then when it's flight time, is I'll then unconnect that battery and then go out with the main batteries. This is the first time I've made a mistake, so again, please learn by my mistakes so that you don't have to make them with your models. So with that said, from myself, Matt, let's get across to that flight line. Cheerios! Right, bye Clouds!
They run a bit with it as well?
Yeah, I can hear that actually. You'll feel it fall anyway.
Yeah. Well, for safety, if we go back a little bit more perhaps, huh?
Yeah. So I'll bank her up round that way.
Alright.
Right, your hands out the way.
Yeah, in that direction, that's what?
Perfect.
Hello! We just flew it on that battery there. No shit, we really did. Right.